The European fixtures have been released and we've got some interesting games, including the trip north of the border to sunny old Glasgow. And there we have it. Nice little trip round Europe for us coming up. Midtjylland, Wolfsburg, Lech, Fenerbahce, Bodo Glimt, Sassuolo, Olympiacos and Rangers are the opponents that we'll be coming up against. I think with the draw that we have got, I'm relatively confident that we can progress fairly, at least into the next round of the competition. Some big names in here which we have missed out on. Sporting, Lille, Sevilla, lots of teams there who could cause us potentially more of an issue than the teams we have been drawn against. But like we say, all of these teams are in here and we do need to show what we can do on this stage. We think we've assembled a good enough squad to go out and do it, but those will be some very interesting fixtures for us, and we're probably going to cover all of the European games in videos coming up. For today though, we are concentrating on the Premier League, games against Leicester and Brighton. Games which you would expect us to win. Leicester just promoted from the Championship for this season, so they'll be looking to get some points under the belt. If we look at the first couple of games, they have won one game against Manchester United of all teams, so a good result for them. Obviously not going to be an easy game for us, but we need to get off to a good start and hope we can keep picking up points in the early part of this season. One alteration from the previous match for today's game, Janacek coming in at left back. Dennis Cirkin really didn't have the best of games, so we are going to give Janacek a bit of game time. Not in the position that we would usually play him, but with Fowler's injury, we are just going to see what he can do in that position. Elsewhere, I think I'm going to bring in Gore for his debut as well. Neil hasn't been particularly terrible in the first two games, but just want to see what Gore can offer us as well. But other than that, unchanged lineup. Ballard, Andreu, Walters make up the rest of the defence. Bellingham and Adragu above Gore. Clark and Van Persie supporting Bonny up front. Looking for Bonny to repeat what he did in the first match rather than what he did in the game against Arsenal. A bit worrying that he is wanted by PSG so late in the transfer window. We are going to hope we can keep hold of him, but that's made us a bit nervous, I'm not going to lie. Hopefully that won't distract him for today's game, and he will go out and bag us a few more goals in the match. Got the first highlight now. Leicester look to attack down the left hand side. Conor Cody picking up the ball. Harry Winks playing it in field now and all the way back to the goalkeeper. We are going to see what we can do. Obviously it hasn't been the brightest of starts in the game for either team. Leicester though breaking through. Andrew gets a good tackle in on Iheanacho, but Leicester player following up and just puts the ball wide off the post. A bit of a let off for us there, and we need to up our game again. We are having a few chances, nothing to show on screen at the moment, but it's definitely not the performance that we were expecting coming into the game. Obviously I think Leicester will be a bit motivated by the win that they did get against Man U. That'll give them a bit of confidence, and they are looking to use that confidence now. Dewsbury Hall drifting into the box, plays it back, and really probably should have done better Leicester there to get the ball into the back of the net. Would have been disallowed for offside. Far from pleased from what we've just seen from the team. Really hasn't performed in the way we would expect. We'll give it a bit of time to see how they can perform at the beginning of the second half, but if it continues in the same vein as the first half, changes will be made early on. Gore, he wins the ball and now he's looking to drive forward, only Bonny ahead of him at the moment. Out wide to Jack Clark, he's looking to get down the wing, gets into the box, plays the ball to the back post, there's Van Persie, and there's a finish into the bottom corner. It only takes one moment for us to score a goal, and we've shown it there. Before that, I haven't really seen much from any of these attacking players. Great play from Clark to get himself into the box. Good ball. Van Persie really has too much space out there in the box, able to get his first touch, compose himself and hit it into the bottom corner. 1-0 now, and are going to look to make some changes just to attempt to shore up the position. Daniel Gore, not a terrible game, but not the best of games. He's going to come off, and Edrago, he isn't having his best of games. Barr can come on in his place. Leave it at that for now, see what the game brings us. Maybe going to look to take off Bellingham at some point, give Tim his first appearance of the season as well. Golo breaking forward, he's looking to do something before he goes off. Fantastic drive and run into the box, gets his shot away, saved by the keeper. Van Persie though, he whips a corner in, Bonnie gets his head to it, not able to convert at this moment. Remains 1-0. Much better performance in the second half, much more of what we expected to see. Players are tiring now. I'm going to see what Barr can do with this free kick. Can't recall Barr hitting a free kick before. He forces a really good save out of the keeper. Corner kick now, Van Persie, he's looking to get it into the box again. Floats it in. No one able to get the ball. Keeper was fouled. Unfortunately, it goes to nothing. We are going to make the final changes now. Tim can come on for Bellingham as well. Van Persie tiring, so we'll bring on Bennett. Clark and Bonnie both tiring, but just want to give Tin another bit of game time here. He can come on, and 15 minutes for him to hopefully make a bit of an impact and for us to hold on to the lead. Much the better team in the second half and playing much better than we did in the first half. Deserve the win if we do manage to hold on to it. It looks like we have managed to hold on to it. Very dull game in terms of chances, but we managed to come away with the result. Obviously, hopefully would have got more goals, especially with the shots we did have, amount of them on target. Leicester's keeper must have had a fantastic game. 1-0, and that puts us in a good position. Brighton up next, and we'll just keep on trying to pick up as many points as possible. Little bit of transfer news just between the games. We are on deadline day. Not looking to do any business to bring anyone in, but Pierre Ekwe, he will be leaving the club. Wouldn't have minded keeping him around. He wouldn't have been a bad squad player for us, but ultimately I want him to be able to play football. So for that reason, we have offered him out. He will be going. Maybe could have got more money for him, but like we're saying, it's mainly for him to be able to go out, play football and just enjoy his career. We do have a 50% of profit from the next sale, so if he does get sold for big money, we will benefit from that. Well, great player that he has been for us. Really enjoyed his time at the club. Really will be happy to welcome him back at any time. We'll keep an eye on him, see how he develops as well. But for now, he can go out and just have a exciting time in his career elsewhere. The remainder of the transfer window passed without incident, and we are back for the Brighton game. Going out with relatively the same team yet again. Edrago does have a little bit of injury. He'll be back to full training in 2 days' time, but we are starting Barr for this match. Val as well, he's recovered from his injury, has only just recovered, so probably won't be able to get through the full match. So we'll keep an eye on him, but glad to have him back in the squad. Other than that, hopefully this team can carry on the performance that they put in against Leicester in the last game. Hopefully get a few more goals if we have as many chances as we did. But looking forward to seeing this team go out. Bonnie got a hat-trick last time out at the Stadium of Light, so if he can do that again, that would be brilliant. And hopefully Van Persie, he can continue his bright start in the league as well. First attack of the game coming early on. That is Maguire, probably Harry Maguire, back in the Premier League. Solly March, he plays the ball through to Evan Ferguson. Obviously Evan Ferguson is one of the brightest young stars in this year's version of the game. We're going to have to be wary of him and what he can do to us. Walters now, he's trying to take it forward, gets it to Van Persie, play the ball into the centre of the park, and we are just crowded out, trying to win it back. But Evan Ferguson, he manages to keep possession and play it to Lamptey. Lamptey now getting the ball to the back post. Matoma coming in there, not able to get his head to the ball, and we do manage to just about get it out of the danger area. Bonnie plays it to Clark, and Clark now, he's driving inside into Barr. Barr took too long to get his shot off. and allowed Dunk to get back. We do have the corner, so we are able to keep the pressure on. Dan Neil looking to get the ball into the box, no one there in a Sunderland shirt. Jack Clark looking to recycle it, but Billy Gilmore tackles and plays the ball out. Brighton looking to play out from the back. Bonilo, he intercepts and gets the ball, plays it in the nail, and Walters trying to get it forward. Van Persie now on the right hand side. He puts the ball into the box. Bonnie manages to get his head onto it, not the easiest of opportunities, and just goes over the bar. Again, Brighton trying to play the ball out from the back, managed to get it out this time. Solly March switches the play in Estupiñán, gets it to Matoma. He's now looking to get past and does manage to get past Walters into the box, not quite able to reach Ferguson, and Simon claims holding on to the ball, maybe looking to start an attack of our own. Not able to quite force that one yet, but Van Persie picks it back up. Poor ball from Neil. Matoma, he's looking to drive forward, manages to keep hold of the ball, plays it to Estupiñán. Matoma again, he's onto his favoured right foot, doesn't take the shot on himself. Alex Val unfortunately gets an own goal there. Lamptey tried to play the ball across the box, and the deflection that it took off Alex Val there took it into the back of the net. You see there, it was very unfortunate for him, just stuck out that leg, and Simon beating at his near post. I think Simon was just caught a bit wrong footed there. He was going to the centre of the box to block off that ball, and that just allowed it to creep in there. Still plenty of time in the game for us to get back into it. That's unfortunate though, an injury to Bellingham. Tim can come on. First time we'll see him have a proper goal in this season. Obviously he's a player who can get some quite important goals for us, has done it in recent games, so we'll hopefully see him pop up with something again. Van Persie, he's into the box, and on that left foot of his, a finish that we're becoming quite accustomed to, cutting in from that right hand side, getting to the edge of the 6-yard box, and then just popping it into the corner of the goal. Another great finish from him, and like we say, it's just great that he's had such an impact on his first games for the club. That'll fill him up with confidence. That's his third goal in 4 games now as well, so proving that he's not just here to be the fringe player that he has signed up to be. He wants to challenge it in the first team as much as possible, and he's certainly doing that. Hard to take him out of the lineup at the moment. But he gets the ball. He's playing in a central midfield position, so not a position we've seen him use too much in this save. Hopefully he can have a good impact on the games as well. Just hitting the post with an opportunity there, getting it out, and think we're going to get to half time. 5 minutes of stoppage time before we get the half time whistle. Obviously we should be performing better against Brighton if we do have aspirations of carrying on our performance from last season, but I'm going to give the players some confidence going into the second half. We have played well. I think it's just a case we haven't been able to get as many goals as we would have hoped. Bar doing well to win the ball. Alex Val, he gets it forward. Jack Clark foul right on the edge of the area. Questions as to whether it was in the box. Maybe looked like it was just on the edge. Jack Clark does win the penalty though. He's going to step up to take it himself, and he buries it into the bottom corner. First goal of the season from Jack Clark. He's got off the mark a lot quicker than he did last season, and great to see that. And that puts us 2-1 ahead. First time we've been ahead in the game. Nice to see it happen early on in the second half as well. Just need to carry on this level of performance. Van Persie, he gets the ball into the box. Walters gets his first goal for the club. Maybe going to be chalked off though. We do have a VAR review, and unfortunately that one's not going to stand. It is quite unfortunate, but we do see a clear offside in that situation. Walters, good header, but unfortunately it has been disallowed. Remains 2-1, and we do have some tiring players on the pitch. We are going to utilise our bench to get a couple of them off. We do have our first game in Europe coming up midweek as well, so we're just going to use this opportunity to make sure we have players fit enough to play across both games if needed. Gore's going to come on in place of Bar. We're going to move Tim into his Mazzala, Dan box-to-box midfielding role, and then Gore sitting in that deep lying playmaker role. I think we'll leave it at that for now. We don't want to risk what happened in the first match, going down to 10 men, because we've made all the substitutions. Just going to see how this team performs with these changes. Maybe looking to take Walters off, he seems to be tiring, and probably Clark as well. He looks to be one of the more tired players on the pitch. Van Persie though, he's again breaking into the box, manages to get a shot away, but that is saved by the keeper. Van Persie was going to get the corner in. We're not going to say that though. Interestingly, Van Persie looks like he is quite an aerial presence. Interesting to see him on those corners when we maybe could use his height in the box, but I don't select that. It's done automatically by the new set piece routine. May have to look into that to see if we can change that, because I do want a physical presence like his in the box. Now though, we are on the ball, trying to keep it and just calmly work our way up. Good switch of play from Van Persie into Janacek, and it allows Clark. He's now bursting into the box. He plays it to Bonnie, and that's saved by the keeper. We'll watch this corner and then make some changes. Gore, he's going to get the ball into the box. Sunderland players not able to win it, and Van Persie, he picks it up just on the halfway line, and nothing happens. Now we've picked up an injury to Jack Clark. I was just about to take him off as well. It is going to be the two wingers that we are taking off. Obviously Clark with his injury, and Van Persie, he's tiring. Laurent can get 10 minutes, and so can Alarcon. They've got a little opportunity now to show me what they can do. Only Laurent's second appearance, has been out of the squad in the couple of games since his debut. Again, just trying to give all the players as much opportunity as each other. Alarcon, he's potentially come on and got an assist for Bonnie. Another VAR review. Hopefully this one will be allowed. He looked onside from when I saw it, and that one is allowed. Dunk, he tries to get the ball out, but that's a poor pass. Neil, quick ball to Alarcon. He plays it quickly into Bonnie, and another good finish from Bonnie. He's been a fantastic striker for us these last couple of seasons, and very much looks like we'll be relying on him again and the goals that he can bring for us. Just being an absolute sensation. I think those 6 months initially when he was bedding in when we were in the Championship needed those, and he's coming up trumps with it now. Nice to see Dan Neil. He's just got his first goal of the season as well. Obviously this is going to be a big season for the likes of him, Anthony Patterson, homegrown boys who've come through Sunderland's academy and to feature in Europe for the first time. It's going to be great for them, and it'll be a journey which they'll absolutely love. We'll love it as well, and if Dan Neil can continue getting goals and maybe getting some in Europe as well, that'll just be a tremendous story for not only him personally but the club as well. Tim, he's driving forward. He gets into the box, and Tim gets his first goal as well. This is turning out to be a great game. 5-1 now. Nice to see some of the players from last season getting involved. Always like to see Tim getting on the score sheet as well. I think he's one of the more underrated players that we do have in the squad, but he's come up with some lovely moments for us, and just another one there, adding some gloss to the scoreline. It is 5-1. We've done a demolition job on Brighton today, and just before the first game in Europe as well. Really going to give us some confidence going into that. Maybe looking to get one more as well. Bonnie's led the line absolutely superbly today, not just getting goals but assists as well. Laurent Hayes tries to break into the box, not quite able to, has a second opportunity, puts it in, Brighton able to get it out. But Janacek, he gets the ball in. Alarcon, he's looking for his first goal as well, not quite able to get it. But a 5-1 victory, especially with the way we played in the first half. We performed magnificently in that second half. 4 goals, and that last 10 minute spell from us, Bonnie, Neil, and Tim all getting on the score sheet. Alarcon came on, getting a couple of assists as well. He had a fantastic impact. He performing in a slightly different role this season to what he was last season. He is out on the wing. Probably will be seeing him more on the wing, Lan up front, obviously with Tin coming in as well. But if we have players who can perform in several positions, that's only going to be a bonus for us. Great to see, after 4 games of the season, we are in 4th place, 9 points on the board, and very much looking like we could be on course for another successful season coming up. So Jack Clark unfortunately has picked up another big injury. He's going to be out for 3 months. Definitely not ideal, but we do have the squad depth to be able to cover him. We have just called up Trey Ugansey to the first team squad as well, because Bellingham, he's out for 4 to 5 weeks as well. So young players may get an opportunity to feature a couple of times in the first team. Chris Rigg, I think now with those 2 injuries, he'll find a place in the squad on a regular basis, and maybe Trey can pop in from time to time as well and have an impact. Definitely not the injuries that we did want to see, especially for Jack Clark. Started off this season in a much better fashion than he did the first season in the Premier League. Seemed to be getting up a good head of steam as well, so we're going to hope that injury doesn't impact him too much upon his return. It's not nice to see, but we've got the depth to be able to cover in the squad, I hope. So I said I did want to cover most of the European games in this season, so we are going to be coming back for the next episode again. Midtjylland are our first European game of the season. We'll be going to Denmark and hopefully we'll be getting a nice away day victory there. That'll be followed up by a game with Aston Villa, and hopefully a chance for us to keep on getting the points that we need, have a fantastic start. We want to keep up this momentum, go on another run like we did last season, maybe go past that. Will be a big ask, because that was just a unforgettable run really. Do have a little eye on that game on the 5th of October. Sick of not getting the results we want against Newcastle, and very excited to see that one. That'll be coming up in an episode very soon. But before that, a few games to focus on. Very excited to go up Midtjylland and start off the European adventure. If you have enjoyed that, please put a like on the video. Let us know who you're most excited about in this European competition. Please subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the content. Thank you very much for watching. Bye bye.